Hello and welcome to Stories, the True and the Fiction. The podcast that revolves around one central theme, stories and the people that tell them. We'll talk about movies, TV shows, video games, historical events and weird news headlines. There's really no topic we won't touch. But it doesn't stop there. If you've got a story, something funny or random that may have happened to you or a friend, send it to thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com. Until then, it's story time. This podcast is brought to you by Rebecca Cassells of the Rising Dawn series. Do you like violence? Do you like smut? Are you tired of the stereotypical novels of werewolf romance out there and want something a little bit different? Then pick up Sparked Revolution, Book 1 in the Rising Dawn series by Rebecca Cassells. Available on Amazon, in Kindle and paperback. You too can become a sponsor of Stories, the True and the Fictional by heading on over to buymeacoffee.com/STTATF or follow the link in the show notes.
We now cut to the 2024 presidential winner's inauguration speech.
My children, I stand before you today, ready to steer this great nation into a new era of strength and prosperity. An era that only I, Joseph Palpatine Biden, can provide. The time has come to unleash the true potential of this mighty land as we spread freedom across the globe. For it is within democracy that our lives are fulfilled. And it is within democracy that our destinies are complete. Our empire shall be built on the pillars of justice, equality, and a simple, undeniable truth that American lives matter. Thanks to your sacrifices of weakened borders and a lack of healthcare and education spending, we have strengthened our armies to promote peace across the globe with ease. To my beloved soldiers, my truth, the guardians of my dreams and freedom, your time of waiting has come to an end. For you will be the first to carry my banner into the hearts of Asia, to Europe, to Australia. Today, as your president, I hereby dissolve the Senate. I hereby revoke the Constitution. America shall be reborn into the first American empire, and together we shall build a legacy that will make the whole world tremble with hope and bring joy to their hearts. By thy democracy rule, may God bless the American empire, a beacon of hope and inspiration to all.
Welcome, everyone, to Stories, the True and the Fictional. I don't know about you, but I'm inspired by this new... I think that man has... I think that's a sound leader with the right intentions to the world, and I can't wait to become a vassal state upon the grand empire. I'm also here with someone who also shares similar beliefs and also enjoys sharing my passion for once again proving that the masked menace known as Spider-Man is in fact the villain. J.A. Bryden, how are you going, sir?
I'm going very well. I'm very well.
That opening speech, I mean, it's all in the voice, isn't it? Like, it just screams trustworthy.
It screams trust. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the fact that America fought so it wouldn't be like an empire that fought for freedom, now realizing it's the error of their ways.
Absolutely.
They could have all been part of the monarchy from the beginning.
From the beginning.
To the current. And life may have been better for them. I don't know. It's hard to say.
No, I think we misunderstood. It's not that they didn't want to be part of their monarchy. They wanted to rule the monarchy.
They wanted to be their own monarchy.
Yeah, it's not like going, screw you, king. We didn't want to be part of... It's like, yeah, we don't want to be part of your British Empire. We would like one of our own. And honestly...
Oh, wow, okay.
If I was in charge... Again, America has shown incredible restraint over the years. For us, if I was in charge with such a large military with 11 super carriers, I mean, my empire would have kicked off a long time ago. Like, again, like we all like to pretend that if we were given power, that we would be good and that we would be just. But, okay. I've said this before. Jamie, how many days of freedom would there be if I was given the powers of Superman?
Oh, I don't know. Are you saying that you're going to be like ruling as Superman, or are you going to be like letting people be free as Superman? I mean,
well,
depends on which day.
Yeah, honestly, I think, and it really depends. I could take the Omni-Man approach and basically build myself up as a hero and then to take it over. But I don't know. I honestly, like, I know he's meant to be the villain in the Injustice storyline, but I think that Superman had the right idea where he just basically said to the world, you're all too stupid to rule yourselves. You're all too ignorant. You're all too violent. I'm going to do it for you because I am superior. And again, it's nothing, you know, after 200 plus years of trying, you know, democracy, maybe it's time that we listen to empire building once again and go back to the good old days of vast empires. And yes, and I do welcome Superman as our eventual overall. Actually, no, probably not Superman. I would imagine Elon Musk is more likely to decide he's going to take over. So you know what? And as I said before, Elon, I will be a proud, loyal citizen of... But don't call the planet X. Think of something a little more cool.
Planet X, but that sounds very 80s, though. You know?
Yeah, think of something that... Yeah, Elon, when you take over the world, because you know someone pushed you to finally like go, you're all too dumb. I'm going to do it myself. Don't call the planet X. Think of a better name for it.
I don't know. The Musk Empire sounds pretty cool.
The Musk Empire. Ooh,
but it sounds very manly. So you know.
But that's that. I mean, you know, because let's be honest, there'll be Elon Musk as sort of the overall grand supreme ruler, Joe Rogan as his loyal, trusted advisor. I think that's a given. That's like just a straight up given. And then you know, or do you think Elon might just run for governor of Texas one day and then just expand Texas and take over the entire United States until eventually the entire world just becomes Elon's version of Texas?
Well, if you want him to be like to build an empire, then you wouldn't start in the middle. You'd have to start on one side and work your way across, right? Is that how it works? You know, you don't just work your way up in the middle.
A valid point. Having said that, he's got enough satellites that he could potentially do some damage if he wanted to.
Yeah. He's like, who's my friend? Maybe he's buying his time while he's building his robot army. I mean, you know.
But again, when you think about satellites, isn't it kind of insane that, like, one of the people that owns the most satellites is just some random citizen?
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't say random, you know.
No, not random. But there's a lot of satellite he puts up every single year.
Yeah. I think it's more crazy to think about how many satellites are actually up there.
Yeah. Okay. I just googled it. Today, Elon Musk has more than 4,500 satellites in the sky, accounting for more than 50% of the active satellites around Earth. His plan is eventually to have over 42,000 satellites orbiting Earth. Okay.
Where's the room for that? You won't be able to see the stars.
Having said that, if he puts if he says he wants to put 42,000 satellites, as if they don't have lasers on board, as if they don't have solar-powered lasers where they draw in the sun's energy, bouncing. Oh my! Here's what's going to happen. He's going to build this. He's going to build this grid around the Earth of satellites, and one will take the sunbeam, bounce the sunbeam around the others to charge the beam up, and so he can just fire it upon his enemies.
Yeah, he can also control the satellites to block out the sun as well. That's another.
Yeah, I mean, although he's actually a big fan of solar power, not for the reasons that most like other people are, but he just likes it because the fact is that he sees the sun for what it is, basically a giant fusion reactor.
Yeah.
And why are we not using this giant fusion reactor? But he was also he's also said that some of the things that are just not possible, like a solar powered car would just never be possible.
Yeah.
Because of apparently he said like the amount of like space you need for a giant. You'd have to basically you'd have to basically build like a sail on top of your car that would just be the solar panel, just to build the amount of sun you would need. So I was like, okay, cool. So we're never gonna get that. That's Yeah. But I digress. Before we continue on with what we've been doing, I did want to bring some bad news out there to the listeners of the Stories, the True and Fictional. Kat Graham has recently announced that she's now once again married. Once again, the Henry Cavill Kat Graham dream is done again. And then, and if you look at this dude that she's married, it's just this white, scrawny dude. It's like going, yeah, you should have been Henry Cavill. I did. Like, again, I know that they're supposedly best friends, blah 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 blah, but it's a shame. It is an utter shame.
Well, you never know. If it's a Hollywood romance, made it'll last a year, and then
maybe it'll last a year, and then once again,
all you need to do. And look, I'm not advocating for divorcing people intentionally, but all you need is to get Henry Cavill in the same room as a boom, done. You know, like.
But unfortunately, Henry. Yeah, but is Henry Cavill too powerful? Is that the issue?
I don't know. Look, we can still dream. One can still dream.
One can still dream. Anyway, so what have you been up to lately, Jamie?
Well, speaking of Kat Graham, I actually just watched a Kat Graham movie.
Oh, really? Which one?
I didn't go, oh, it's a Kat Graham movie, I'm going to watch it. I turned it on and went, oh, that's Kat Graham. So it was like...
a bonus Kat Graham viewing.
It was a post-apocalyptic... Well, it was on Prime. I think, what was it called? How It Ends. And it's Forrest Whitaker who carries the whole movie. Like, he literally carried that movie. Not that he's an Oscar winner or anything like that, but yeah, it's just Kat Graham's in it for like 20 minutes, pretty much. But it's her Kat Graham's character. I forget her name, but her father and boyfriend or fiance or whatever you want to call it are on the other side of the country. Post-apocalyptic thing happens, and then he's got to travel across the country to get to his pregnant wife.
Yes.
Cliche, bit of a budget film, but it wasn't too bad.
Forrest Whitaker.
Like I said, Forrest Whitaker carried the whole thing.
Forrest Whitaker is a fine actor.
Like I said, he's an Oscar winner. So
is he?
Yeah, but like for a movie like that's 15 years old, so like when the Oscars meant something,
So he won during a time.
Yeah.
Did he win for The Last King of Scotland? Is that
yes, he did.
For?
That's the one,
then yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, right. No. You're right, Jamie. He won when the Oscars fucking mattered.
Yeah. I think 2015, 2016 is when it just went weird. And you're going,
yeah. So those Oscars don't count.
Yeah. But look, it wasn't too bad. But like I said, you got an A-list actor who is just so much better than everyone else and anyone else in that film. You're just like, are these other actors bad, or is it just comparison? Like,
or it's, I don't think that that'd be bad. It's just that obviously if a certain role suits an actor very well, obviously he's it'll amplify his strengths.
Yeah.
Like it's always done for Forrest.
Yeah. Well, it was a pretty basic role. I mean, he's a retired veteran. I think it was Navy SEALs he's talking about, or the other one, the Special Forces or something like that. And he's like former, and he's just like bang bang with his gun occasionally, and But you can tell it had a budget, and they was probably saving all their budget for the end because it's like it's like it kept you intrigued because there was a lot of what is this thing? What started it? Is it? It's not a zombie apocalypse one or whatever. But, it's no zombies. It's like more like Armageddon kind of weather anomalies, and they don't give you all the answers in the end. So which I'm like, I tend to like films that do that, where they leave you with some questions. Makes you wonder.
It does make questions and wondering is good. Yes, you know what? I need to go back and watch a few films. I think a lot of there's I'm very behind on my TV watching. What else have you been watching?
I'm season 8 of Hawaii 5-0 now, so slowly working our way through that.
No,
but it's gotten to the point where they've two of the main actors have left. And of course they replaced them with new younger characters.
No, you mean new, younger, cheaper characters.
Well, that's it. Like, I mean, like, 'cause I think I heard that it was Grace Park and the other Korean dude. I really like the actor. I just don't know.
Daniel Day Kim.
Yep, he is such a good actor. He's fantastic. So he and Grace Park left over pay disputes, apparently, because they weren't getting paid as much as the other guys. And then they bring in 2 cheap actors because they're like the young go ahead.
That is unfortunately,
yeah.
That is just like that is a sad reality.
But the transition between when they left and then the next episode, that one episode was so bad. This is a really bad episode, and then it picked up again.
So who'd they bring in?
Her name is Megan Rath.
Oh, Megan Rath, yeah.
Megan Rath, and I'm going to butcher his name, but Bula Koeli. I can't pronounce his name. He plays a guy called Junior. Oh, New Zealand. He's a New Zealander.
You know what? That's again.
He does a very convincing, but it kind of makes sense because Hawaii 5 has been going for a long time. They're bringing the recruits. New recruits, and it's not too bad. But look, I'm hanging out because someone spoiled it for me. But in the very last episode of Hawaii 5-0, there's a Chuck Norris cameo.
Oh,
I'm just like, yeah.
And from my understanding, the show did end though, so there's about 10 seasons.
It did end. There's 10 seasons. Yeah,
that is a lot of seasons.
Yeah, it is. Well, it started in 2010, I believe.
Oh man, that is so many seasons.
And look, it's a good quality show. Like it's like I said, there's probably only been one bad episode in 8 seasons.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen it, so maybe I'll
the banter between Danny and McGarrett is just incredible. It's like kind of like you and me when we get into an argument. It's just like that. And they had this really cool episode where they go like, okay, like they chipped in to get Steve someone to follow him around to monitor his stress and how he's coping with stress.
Mm-hmm.
And she ends up telling Danny that he's like kind of like part of the problem. so can you not not argue with him so much? And
that's funny.
So funny. But,
so I mean, I think I remember watching it like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
There was a new guy that took over the 5-0 division, some black dude who was like,
No, he didn't take over. He just joined. Like he was there to ruffle. Oh, you mean take like the governor?
yeah, the governor. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
he was like going, oh yeah, you can't just ignore all the laws anymore. It's like, oh, that was half the fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that didn't last very long. They've changed governors 3 times because the first one was corrupt.
Yeah.
And they exposed her. Then the new guy came in. He's like, I'm going to be a hardball, and that didn't last very long. And but they have a habit of teasing you with something, and then not talking about it for like 5-6 episodes.
That's weird.
And then you've forgotten about it, and you go, oh, hang on, yeah. And then they just suddenly drop it.
So do they go back to breaking all the rules just to catch criminals, or no?
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's weird. It's almost like I think they've got probably a whole lot of writers, and they work on different ones, and they probably forget to mention the fact that McGarrett's been dating this girl for 2 years, who is our one of our favorites from Falling Skies. Can you guess who?
Sarah Carter,
yeah.
Outstanding.
She's in it.
Oh, really?
She's dating McGarrett, but then you don't see it for like 10 episodes. And then she comes back in like, oh yeah, we're dating, and then you don't see her for 5 episodes. Oh yeah, we're dating.
But is that also more maybe just actor scheduling as well? Like just
it would be because I heard that the guy who plays Dano, he took some time off or cut back his episodes because he wanted to spend time with his family or something. I think he had a kid, and so he only pops in every now and again. But the one that's in it every single episode is McGarrett.
Oh, okay.
But.
Because they have to film in Hawaii, so basically, like...
Yeah.
Although, like, I guess that's also, like, I find that really odd. It's like going, oh no, I have to go to Hawaii. Boo, what a horrible... Oh no, I have to work. I have to work and live in the tropical paradise that has everything you'd possibly want and has perfect weather year-round. Oh, horrible. Oh no, like, please. Oh no, not that horrible, like...
oh, look, the beach is right there. I can go there whenever I want,
Oh no, yeah, just like the perfect and when I say this, I honestly mean it. Like, I can't eat pineapple anymore.
Because that's all they had there.
No. Once I've been to Hawaii,
the quality.
I pineapple in Hawaii, and I can't do it anymore. I can't eat what we have here because it's not pineapple. It is like. It is beyond. It is like me. It's like if I took cocaine for the first time. It's like that is like the quality of the because the food that they grow there is just what you can tell that our pineapple here and you know what I know Jamie, you're gonna say I told you so, but shut up. Like that they flash that the frozen pineapples we get from Queensland and like they're not it's not the same as when you go to Hawaii and you can see them and it's on the tree and they pick it and then you eat it and it's just like
it'd probably be a little better if you went to Queensland and picked it there, but it would be better.
It would be better, but it would not be Hawaii pineapple. And
because Hawaii has the perfect.
It's perfect.
Climate,
I know. Year round, these perfect, and they have these shaved eyes, which sounds like the same insane concept, but it's just like it's anyway.
No, I get it because in Hawaii 5-0, there's a guy who sells shaved eyes.
Trust me, man. It's life changing. It is honestly, it's life changing. And so if anyone's there from the cast saying, "Oh, I don't want to live in Hawaii," or too tough, it's like, you are the worst kind of human. like if they told me right now, Chris, you could star in a show for 10 seasons. The only downside you have to live in Hawaii. I'm like going, okay, but what's the downside? Like, but I'm sorry, like, I didn't hear a downside anywhere in that sentence. I didn't hear a downside anywhere in that sentence.
Yeah, because the guy who plays Hiro in Heroes, Hiro Nakamura.
Yep.
He was in Hawaii 5-0 as the mortician or the forensic dude.
Yep.
And his stick, the thing that he did was every Halloween he would dress as a Keanu Reeves character.
Nice. I love that.
And so, so he's got the football jersey on. He's
Oh, Jane Falco. This Jane Falco.
He's done the John Wick, and he's got the really bad pencil beard. And then the dude takes over from him. Hurley from Lost. The big.
Oh,
big fella,
okay.
The gentleman. Yeah. So he's in it consistently. He's a really cool character, but he comes in dressed up as Keanu Reeves in like a period piece kind of like thing. And they're like, no, man, Max did that one last time. Yeah. But no, it's pretty fun. Look, it's a good show. It's been pretty consistent, and I highly recommend finishing it. It's on Prime.
Is it on Prime?
Well, it's on Paramount Plus then, probably. Because I started watching it on Prime, and then I got to about season 2, 3, and then it said, you have to sign up to Paramount Plus.
I don't want to.
You.
Boo. This.
Yeah.
Oh.
But honestly, I'd probably buy the box set at some point. It's that good.
Because, okay, now that you've mentioned it, I actually now, I'm like going, you know what? I want to go back and I want to watch Hawaii Five-0, but I don't want to sign up for Paramount fucking Plus. Like, oh. You know what? I might, I was going to say, no, I'm not going to, but then I'm going, I am lazy. I'm going to do it. Well, you know what you do? Most people do. You like swap your subscriptions around. Like, you know, I have Paramount Plus and I have Netflix. That's it. Okay.
No?
All right. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Fine.
Well, you don't have to. You can just...
No. It makes sense. Like you've
I mean, you like Grace Park, don't you?
Who doesn't?
You know, she was in Stargate.
Yeah. She was one of the science kids. She was one of the first. She was in the SG training teams. Yeah. And she was then obviously on Battlestar Galactica, which I loved.
Yeah, knew that. Yeah.
And then now she's in this show. And who doesn't love an actor that doesn't appear to age ever?
Yeah, and then she
eternal youth.
Now she's in a show that my mum's watching. That says it's like a drama. It's Million Little Things or something.
Okay.
Which is also on Paramount Plus. With Sean from Psych, which is one of my favorite shows. Psych is amazing. Psych is the best.
It was a good look. It's a good show. The best.
Dude, you watched like 5 episodes. You can't judge it on that. Especially when the first episode has Hammond of Texas in it.
Sure, it does. That's a fair point. So what have
you been entertaining yourself with?
To what I have been entertaining myself, I just had the thing in my mind that I was going to talk about, but for some reason you mentioned Hammond of Texas, and now my mind just completely. Now my mind went blank.
Hammond of Texas.
All I can think about now is oh yeah, that's right. So on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
They had like the Far Cry Blood Dragon, Cyberpunk, like Laserhawk show, and I was like I watched the trailer going, awesome, it's all the genres I liked. That show sucked. That was the worst. Like, have you ever seen it? It was like a corporation basically watched Edge Runners, and then watched what's that one? What's Kung Fury? What's that movie? What's the cool show? Kung Fury or Kung? What's it called?
Well, the 80s and short.
Yeah.
Where the dude fights Hitler with his fists and that. Yeah. Kung Fury.
Yeah. It's like they watched those things and went, okay, let's do it, but let's do it corporation safe style. And so it was just absolutely fucking terrible. It's like going like, oh, the corporations are evil, but no, some corporations are good, like us, Ubisoft. We're good. It's like going, oh my god, it's like, oh my god, like it was just
that just proves you're evil.
I know it was just honestly, it was just bad. So I was watching. So I honestly I tried to watch that, and my friend actually told me to actually go check out Loki because they said it's very good, but with MCU stuff, I just can't anymore. I'm just like,
there's a distrust there, isn't
Like,
there?
but I was saying, yes, it might, but good by what comparison are we talking about? Good,
Yeah.
as in, like, is it like better than Secret Wars? Well, that's not hard. Better than WandaVision. Like
Yeah.
what? Are we saying it's good by comparing it to, say, Winter Soldier? What is the scale of good we're talking about here?
Yeah.
Because I need to, like, unfortunately, with a Marvel film, that scale of what you mean by good is important. The same with Ahsoka, the Star Wars TV show. They said, "Oh, it's good." Am I going?
By what comparison?
Compared to what? They said compared to Book of Boba Fett. Am I going? That's not hard.
Unless it's the second half of Book of Boba Fett.
Where they just went, Mandalorian season 2.1.
And then like, hey, do you like Luke Skywalker? Here you go.
Oh, but like
that's pretty funny that they actually had to call in Luke Skywalker to save a show.
Well, no, they saved the free. Honestly, they did it to save the franchise in end of season 2 Mandalorian.
Yeah,
and you know what? As much as I love that scene, maybe they shouldn't have done it because it gave people too much hope.
Yeah,
and too much like belief.
That's when Kathleen Kennedy just came in and went, no,
exactly. And look, there's nothing that I can say that South Park didn't say perfectly in terms of there's nothing I could like. Yeah. And honestly, the fact that and you know what, that honestly that episode did fill me with hope because it's South Park only make jokes about commonly known things. Like they don't try to break the news about their jokes. They don't try like going, hey, maybe Kathleen Kennedy's bad. No, they make jokes about known problems. They go with the lowest common denominator. Mm-hmm. And so the fact if they're making those jokes, it's like going, okay, everyone fucking knows this problem. But anyway, I digress. And, you know, I have been going through a Jurassic rewatch actually recently.
All the Jurassic Parks?
Obviously the first movie, awesome.
Is the supreme, yeah.
Lost World was
look,
it had its moments.
No, look, I really love the second one only because Jeff Goldblum is so good in that. His smart ass comments and, you know, like, oh, you're running and the screaming. It's like, oh, wow, but later there's the running and the screaming.
And look, who doesn't forget Alan from?
Oh no, number 3 is bad. That's just bad.
And then obviously, look, then there's the trilogy of the new movies. And honestly, those new movies I think are underrated in terms of how good they were. Like the first one I loved because again, it was
nostalgia.
They said it was like, is it too samey? But it was bringing it back to sort of what worked. So they had to do sort of like a soft reset. Yeah. And then, look, as much as I hate the Uber Raptor,
the Indoraptor,
the Uber Raptor, it's called the Uber Raptor.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a good movie because they tried something different. They didn't just go, let's do the same thing again. They had a little bit more horror element to it, whereas basically he was like climbing through climbing around the mansion. And then and then they set it up for number 3, which again, Dominion, which I fucking love. That movie is just I just love that film. One, because they try to get the dinosaurs a little bit more accurate in terms of, feathers
and
who doesn't love to see fucking feathers on a dinosaur?
Yeah.
And they also sort of fixed the Uber Raptor to make it not so stupid. Like,
no, that wasn't Uber. That was normal raptors. They just used the targeting system.
Yeah, so I like that. I thought that was a little bit like...
Yeah, that's your target, go kill it. Yeah.
But the thing that made more sense about that weapon is because the Uber Raptor made no sense. Because it would have been like, I can point a gun at you, I can shoot you, or I could put a laser on you. And you could then be eaten by dinosaurs. Then people are like, oh, who killed this person? Who owns dinosaurs these days? 1 or 2 people. But in Dominion, dinosaurs are everywhere. So if someone being ripped apart by a raptor, it'd be like going, well, yeah, some raptors must have got in and fucking ripped him apart.
But like I said, with the whole that, are you saying you'd rather shoot a person or would you rather point a freaking gun at someone?
Okay, look.
And get a dine.
We obviously would want to, again, if I could have a gun that would shoot a raptor, that would be Or, even better, if I could train raptors to use guns, that would be even more hilarious.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Like, literally, it's like, they got the military walkie-talkies on there, and they're talking to each other going, and like they're flanking each other, and they're fully coordinated. Come on, like who doesn't want to see that?
You want to see them do the hand signal?
I want them to I want them to see them talk to each other in military hand signals.
Yeah.
Okay, why would you not want to see that?
I just want one scene where it's reverse of the first film, where the human sticks its gun to the side of the head, and the raptor goes, "Clever man."
Yes.
That's
Have you seen that that comic book where they take that thing to the extreme?
Yes,
where it's like going clever girl, and then there's a rips apart, and then they keep pulling like one ups on each other. I was just like, but you know what? I go to the toy store a lot now because obviously I have a son and he likes dinosaurs more than anything in the universe.
You're welcome.
And so I get to buy tons of dinosaur toys that, like, I say they're for him, but let's be honest, they're my dinosaur toys.
You have actually become a father now.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, like, you know how long ago that movie came out, Dominion?
Oh, a couple of years.
In every toy store you go to, in the boys section, there is an entire wall of Jurassic Park toys. There are new ones coming out all the time because you know why? People just like dinosaurs. And so that's like Jurassic Park is not just like, it's not just like, no one cares about the movie. It's like going, just give me cool, like, show me the cool dinosaur toys you've created. See, you know what? Merchandise. This is what drives movies. The movie can make a lot of money. It's good. But you know what makes even more money than the movie? The fucking merchandise.
Yeah.
And you know what? I walked into a toy store and there was a wall. It's a fucking wall of Jurassic Park toys for boys in the boys section. And there are and there was like boys just like literally like crawling all over them, like grabbing everything. And then I turn around and I see the Star Wars section, which is not even a full aisle. It is a row of toys, like two. And I was like going, that to me, like a few years ago, when we all had hope,
could have been the opposite.
There was a Star Wars section in the toy store. It wasn't just like, here are the boys' toys. There was like, here are the boys' toys, and here are the Star Wars toys. And there was this huge section, and there was like ton, and like, you know what? And when you'd go in there, depending what day you'd go in there, it would be slim pickings because the new stuff would all be gone. So you'd be looking through, going like, oh shit, like but now like I go into it and I go, oh yeah, that's a cool one. I might get that one. And then I walk away. I'll get that later, and I come back to like weeks ago and it's still there. I'm like going, oh well, actually I don't want it anymore because like it's obviously
no one else wants it.
No one else wants it. But yeah, so I want them to make it like, look, I think they'll make another Jurassic Park movie? Yes. Purely because of how much money those toys make. They just need they need more dinosaurs to make toys from.
They need dinosaur movies. Honestly, they need to make Dino Riders. Like, just come on.
Okay, hurry up. That is beyond approach right now is, why don't I have... Okay, there are two things I want. And it's so stupid that we don't have this that I'm going to say, what the fuck's wrong with everyone? All right, here's the thing. One, Dino Riders, right? Agree.
Yes, 100%.
Where is my Game of Thrones style TV show about warring houses, but each house rides a specific dinosaur? Where is my jousting where one of the jousters is riding a Stegosaurus, jousting a man on a Triceratops?
I don't
Where is my ruling king household, who are the rulers? And you know why they rule? Because what dinosaur do they ride? The T-Rex.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious that I'm like going, you're either a dumb or stupid to not make this show.
Well, we know that they don't think very well, like, you know, anymore. When it comes to movies, they don't think.
Jamie, I've got it.
Mm-hmm.
We do Dino Riders, right?
Yeah.
But we start from the medieval era. So we get knights. So we and then we build different eras. So we've got knights riding dinosaurs, and then we go to the Napoleonic era. So it's basically like fancy Englishmen riding dinosaurs, and then we can move to modern times where it's like more militarized dinosaurs, and then we go to the future, which is then laser guns on dinosaurs. We build this entire altered history timeline to say, what if dinosaurs did not go extinct, and what if we weaponized them? Come on, like this is an obvious.
Like you set up a world where the meteorite didn't hit the planet.
Yep, and we grew up with dinosaurs, and so basically, yeah. So imagine like the norm, like, you know, imagine the Normandy D-Day invasion with fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, haven't you read that comic? I told you about it.
Yeah, you did that one. I want that.
What was it, World War II with dragons or World War I with dragons?
Yeah, but I want that with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But this. Imagine Fury, that movie.
Yeah.
But instead of a tank, it's an ankylosaurus with a gun on its back. Come on, like come on, like that movie just writes itself. Like, like it's so anyway. Oh, shame.
Yeah, the last successful light horse charge, and it would be like the Packies. Like the
Pachycephalosaurus, yes. Oh my god, their heads lowered.
Yeah, the Australians riding the
Pachycephalosaurus with their heads lowered, just barging. Oh my god.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but there'd be a lot of money in breeding, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then after time, we'd race them at the Melbourne Cup. Wouldn't be horses.
No, it'll be like those miners, those long leg, the running and like the minor ones. Imagine that. Imagine that just like.
Yeah.
You're right. We wouldn't have horses because those dinosaurs would eat the horses.
Yeah, they would. Or step on them. And we'd have, instead of greyhound racing, we'd have, maybe Raptor racing.
Yep.
Or
and velociraptors, not the Utahraptor, because that one's a little bit too big to race.
No. You can race that one, but the little ones would be like cockfighting.
Oh, cockfighting, yeah. And then
Gringo, I got my raptor.
Raptor.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to go down to Mexico to rate.
See, Flintstones had the right concept, and we just need to expand upon this concept.
Yes.
Oh, imagine again, it's a quarry with like this giant like brachiosauruses. Like, just come on, like.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we've got a someone sent something in again, Chris.
Excellent.
They want us to solve this puzzle. They specifically want you to solve this puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this happened in the UK, right?
Yep.
Basically, this is it. Police are on the hunt for thieves after 35 portable toilets were stolen from a racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were not empty as well.
Mm.
Okay, so the cubicles, some of which were still full, were taken from a field at Ludlow Autograss Club in Pencombe.
Yep.
It's thought the thieves cut a padlock the night after a motor racing event and loaded up a Ford Transit van and trailer with all the toilets.
Mm-hmm.
The loos are owned by 3 counties, toilet hire run by 53-year-old Neil Griffiths, who says the theft could destroy the family business. Now, why on earth would you steal 35 portaloos?
Well, it's obvious. I mean, we've discussed this before upon the podcast, but obviously, since we broke the story that politicians eat dog poop, they've realized that they can't eat dog poop anymore. It's getting too known. So, what is the next logical step for the politicians to take? Now, this Neil Griffiths he's saying it's going to destroy his family business. Now, what happened was there was a bunch of British politicians. Have you seen those heist films?
Yeah.
Where where the secretary of the secretary of ministry was like got together like a bunch of other politicians were going, hey, you know what happens at the races, those porta potties? You know what's in there? Liquid gold. You son of a bitch, I'm in. And then they go around to all different individuals. They go, okay, and then they had to distract each other. There was then one double cross, but there was always a double cross because it's a heist film. There must be multiple crosses. And then, because it's English, it was filmed by Guy Ritchie, and so before the heist happens, after the heist happens, they'll rewind all the way back to the beginning to show how the guy double crossed the other guys because it's a Guy Ritchie film, so we need to do some sort of rewinding because it's a Guy Ritchie film. It's English, so it's obviously that they've moved on from dog feces and they've now found an easy source, which is basically a big events, porta potties. Take them. Yes, they're full of feces, but that's kind of what they want.
So what you're saying is the cops need to start looking around government facilities.
Government facilities. I guarantee you will find these porta potties.
Yes. That's I did not think about that until you just said it. Like,
it's obvious.
Of course. Well,
it is. Of course, politicians are stealing toilets to eat the poop. That is just the most obvious thing. Again.
Yeah.
Trust me. Name one politician that you look at and say you couldn't see with a balaclava running towards the fields with a big snipping things, cutting through the fences, going in there and seeing the porta potties, and then going, how do we know which ones are full? He goes, no time, take them all. No, and there's basically loading them all up, and then seeing the cops go, it's the cops, scram, and then jumping aboard their cars and driving away with their prizes.
You got me there. Well, there you go, Liam from Florida. Problem solved. We've solved the case. Head on over to England and check the government buildings, and these portaloos will be found.
They'll be there. It'll be obvious. Once you take a look through, it'll be very obvious.
And you'll know because they'll be wiped completely clean. They'll just be like,
they will be spotless. Although I don't know if that porta potty guy himself is not in on it for an insurance job.
Inside job.
Like, remember that movie Inside Man?
Oh, brilliant. Clive Owen.
Or is it more of an elaborate heist where they had to steal some diamonds, and so the best way to steal the diamonds was from all the rich people was they were sneaking them into their food, making them eat it. They would go to the porta potties, and then Clive Owen's in the toilet collecting the diamonds as they're pooping them out, Inside Man style.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Would you do that job, Jamie?
No, I really wouldn't.
But no. Before you say no, think about this. Let's say there was a fancy event at the races, and there was someone who's going to be wearing like the Queen of Diamonds or some sort of like bullshit thing and tiaras and things. These diamonds were worth millions.
Yeah.
You were promised a 50% cut of the diamonds. Now, based upon the rough estimates, it's a $500 million job. 250 million US.
Yeah.
All you have to do is sit in the porta potty when the rich people poop and then collect the diamonds.
You're not going to pick them out of the poop.
Yes.
Oh, no. Can I...
No. It's even more clear. You must be in there as it poops because that's the best way to catch them as they fall.
Mate,
you have a cylinder, and as it comes down, it hits the cylinder, and like a good Italian making pasta, you got to throw it up in the air and sift through it. Or like you're prospecting in the 1800s, you got to sift through it.
Now, I would do it if I didn't have to be in there. If I could
No.
MacGyver assist. I would pass out, honestly, from that smell. No.
No. They'll give you a nose plug and everything. Like,
That's not going to help. That's not going to help.
they'll give you a nose plug. You know what? The nose plug designer was from the Bovine Institute of Gas and Urology. So she knows her stuff about nose plugs.
You know what I'd do? I'd outsource it and then give them someone else a cut.
Oh, no, you see, you're bringing too many people into the heist, Jamie. You're bringing too many people into the heist.
It's just one more person, and it's just
you're
like, hey, man.
Too many people. Again,
Hey, man.
They don't want to do it, so they bring in another person. And they don't want to do it. Do you remember that murder that happened in China where, like, the hitman hired a hitman who hired a hitman who hired a hitman who hired a hitman, and 11 people got arrested for an attempted murder? Because, again, they get passing the buck down the line. This is what you're doing, Jamie.
Hey, I'm just not comfortable playing with poop.
For $250 million?
What if it turns me into a politician?
How do you think we get politicians, Jamie?
Well, no, I do not want to be a politician because I would dead set be assassinated, and then what would I have gotten for it? I would have played with poop and then been shot, and nothing would have happened.
Not if you play ball, Jamie. Not if you play ball.
No. Let's just say no, I'm not playing with poop.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks, everyone. Jamie decides that he's too good to sit in the toilet with a giant sifting device, sifting through the poop, getting the riches.
Would they see me there, sifting away?
No, obviously it's dark. And honestly, when you poop, do you look down into the toilet to see what happens when it goes down in there?
Well, look, it's physically impossible for me to be in there while someone's pooping. So I'd have to have a mechanism. Because they're small. They're tiny. What am I going to sit under the portaloo?
Yeah.
Do you know how those things work? They're like shelves that you pull out. So
Yep.
If I'm outside and after they've pooped, I pull I set the sifter up and then I pull it out. And then if I'm going through poop in the outdoors, maybe I'd be more inclined.
No, you got to be in there catching the poop as it comes down and sifting through it.
That's you have no idea what kind of little room there. Like, there's no way that they would not know that I'm there. They would see the legs dangling out from underneath the portaloo.
No, you see, because of the height, we've built specific ones that have like a really huge. We've dug a hole, so like underneath as well. So there's room for you to move. Like, this is the heist. These are heist toilets.
It's not happening.
Okay, now would you watch a Guy Ritchie film about this same scenario?
Oh, well, I would watch a movie, definitely. I probably would squirm.
Okay.
I'd squirm.
Now, here's my casting, obviously. So
Vinnie Jones.
Okay, obviously Vinnie Jones is there as the tough guy. That's not okay. It's a Guy Ritchie film, but Matthew McConaughey as the leader of the heist, right?
Yep.
Tom Holland as the one that has to sift through the poop. Because hear me out. Because his girl, he wants to propose to Zendaya. Obviously, that's an obvious casting.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have enough money because he is a down on his luck race car driver who's now working at McDonald's.
Okay.
And he has to go in there, shift through the poop, get the diamonds. But here's the double cross. All the time he knew he was going to, he turns them into the cops. They get arrested. And you know what? One of the detectives, played by Vinnie Jones, this is where Vinnie Jones comes in, looks at the kid and shit after the biggest bust in the universe, sees a diamond ring, picks it up, and flicks it to him, and he catches it and goes, we lost one. Unavoidable. Gives him a wink and walks away. They get happily married. End of the story. Done.
It's a pretty elaborate plan for you to set up Zendaya and Tom Holland.
Hey. Yeah, fair enough. But hey,
you're moving on from Henry Cavill and Kat Graham to something more plausible.
I'm going with more plausible on that one because, again, I honestly don't believe that Henry Cavill has ever met Kat Graham in his entire life.
So no, he wouldn't have.
So I have to go with more plausible Hollywood romances that we can bet on.
Yes. Anyway, speaking of poop, do you know what time it's for?
I do.
Correcting IGN. I got a good one. To correct this IGN article, I'm bringing up the dictionary as well, just so we can get pretty.
Do you want to also bring up a thesaurus?
Thesaurus. Well, speaking of thesaurus, this is the 25 best monster movies of all.
Oh, Jamie.
So what I've done...
You be careful there, but be careful.
Now, I want you to think about this definition, okay? The definition of a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is from the Oxford Dictionary.
Yep.
A large, ugly, and frightening imaginary creature.
So a politician?
That's no, because politicians aren't imaginary. That's the criteria for monster. The word monster, which they obviously didn't look at the word monster. I just assumed that, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's IGN, so maybe there's maybe Donald Trump's on this list.
He was in Home Alone 2, so let's find out.
Coming in at 25, A Quiet Place. I'll give him that.
Okay, no, but
yeah.
Were they aliens, not monsters?
Well, could an alien come under the classification of monster?
No, different. Like you would you put aliens on this list? No.
Yeah, I reckon I would, because they're a monster and they're an imaginary. Look, they fit some of the description.
As Guillermo del Toro said when he was making Hellboy 2, aliens, sci-fi aliens are not monsters. Monsters are specific to like Earth, and like because they came from Earth, they got specific.
Okay.
So like it's a clear. When he was crafting the troll market scene, he was very specific with the designers saying you can't. It's not sci-fi. It's
fantasy.
Monsters.
Yeah.
But he said it more Spanish, like these not sci-fi, these monsters, and we have to draw the monsters like you have the from the world.
Mm-hmm.
That was more French than Spanish, but I can't do Spanish, so
I'm just what
no,
you
can do French.
What you do is you stand around in a circle and kick the ball to you in triangles. That's how you talk Spanish. No, look, I'm just going off the Oxford Dictionary definition, and that's
okay.
Look, but that does make sense. His Pinocchio was very good, by the way. Guillermo del Toro is fantastic.
It's almost like he doesn't like fascists. I don't know. I'm getting a vibe. I've seen a lot of his films, including Pan's Labyrinth. It's almost like he has a thing against fascism in Spain. I don't know. That's just my take on his films.
Yeah. No. All right, 24. Little Shop of Horrors. I don't think I've actually seen this movie. It's Venus flytraps in there.
Yeah. It's again. Sorry, what's the definition of monster films?
No, okay, look, the definition of monster,
because Little Shop of Horrors is a comedy.
Yeah, no, well, it's like I said, I'm going off anything that is a large, ugly, and frightening imaginary creature. That's the definition of monster. Okay,
then not for Little Shop of Horrors, because that was hilarious. Like it's a comedy. It
can be a comedy, but it's got to have monster in it. Like,
okay.
I'm pretty sure Monsters Inc. isn't on this list, but they're monsters, right?
Yeah.
And it said monster movies. It didn't say horror movies.
Okay.
Dracula, 1931.
Dracula is a monster. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give him that one.
Oh, there's a lot of ones I haven't seen. Let the Right One In. Have you heard about that movie?
Oh, that yes.
Undead Law. You've heard about Swedish.
Let the Right One In. There was an American version made called Let Me In.
Oh, Let Me In. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the Swedish one's way worse.
Yeah.
The American one is tame, so
yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that's all right.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, that's a whoa. Yeah, okay.
So you've seen it like once?
Yeah, once.
Once was enough. Okay, The Wolfman.
Classic movie. I've not seen that one, but again, it's the classic.
Werewolf?
So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, okay, this one might be a bit touchy for you. The Mummy.
Why is it so?
Well, it's because it's a great film, but I just can't see how is a mummy a monster? Is it mummy definitely?
Mummy is a monster. Mummy
Okay.
is you're right. Mummy is a monster, but it's
Okay.
also too low.
Yeah, well, that's number 20. So on number 19 is a James Gunn film, I believe, called Slither.
Oh,
But it's an alien invasion horror comedy.
then doesn't count.
So if we're going off the aliens don't count. Okay, Cabin in the Woods.
Yep. Monsters,
Yeah.
magical cabins, monsters, fairy tale stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Gremlins.
Yeah. No, Gremlins is a monster.
Monsters? Yeah.
Monsters. Yeah.
That movie's so disturbing, by the way.
I love that film.
Well, they put the dude in the one of them's in a blender and they turn it on. You know, it's
Gremlins.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
going,
was
what?
so cool.
Fun fact: do you know how they tried to make this movie first?
How?
Before puppets, they tried to make monkeys wear the gremlin masks.
Oh, that would not have gone well.
No, well, the test monkey freaked out, and they're like, "Okay, that doesn't work."
Yeah, because it would have seen itself in the mirror and like lost its fucking
No,
shit.
I think it's more so you're putting a mask on its head, and it didn't.
That too.
Yeah. Okay. Classic one, number 16, The Blob.
Yep.
Obviously. Jam. That was made by Jam, apparently. Okay. Number 15, The Candyman.
Not seen that one.
I don't think I've seen that one. Let's see what it says. Dracula. Another Dracula. Another vampire. And another vampire one called Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, yes. Classic Dracula. I think that's like kind of like the origin of all Draculas, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. King Kong. The original. Do you think
1933?
1933, yep.
Yep. That's a that is the quintessential classic monster film. Like that's again.
Yeah.
What number are we up to now?
We're about to hit 12.
Bit low for that one, but okay.
Well, the next one's a fantastic film either way. Cloverfield.
That's an alien.
An alien.
That is confirmed an alien. So I love that movie. I love that movie. Like,
it is fantastic. So well made. Number 11, Night of the Living Dead, 1968. Zombies, which is weird because remember they did zombie film?
They did zombie. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover, I'm feeling.
Yeah. But this one will be definitely way too low for you, Chris. Pan's Labyrinth.
That's oh my god. Like what the
top 5?
Stupid. Okay, like
Would that be top 5 for you or
easy top 5? Oh my god, that one is. There is
Is that like man, Guillermo del Toro is a master.
That has the hand guy. You know
the hand guy. That's a monster.
with he puts his hand with the eyes on his hands, he puts them on his face, and then also like the practical effects in it are just second to none, obviously.
Yeah, 100%.
But even how they made the guys the Power Man's legs slightly thinner, just so to make it even more freaky. Of like when you look at it visually, it's like he shouldn't be able to walk with such skinny legs, but that's what even makes it even more like It's like this is too low. I'm getting angry now.
Okay.
How low this is.
Bride of Frankenstein, 1935.
Classic. Okay. Yep.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It's in the title, Frankenstein's monster. You know.
Yep.
That's like the first before Zelda, when everyone thought Zelda was, you know.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Frankenstein is the monster.
Frankenstein's the scientist. You know.
And Zelda is the princess, not the main character. Link.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Link needs to talk to his lawyers about marketing because obviously, clearly, like Zelda has won the marketing department on this one.
Yeah, well, Zelda has a better name than Link. True. Like Link doesn't sound like a very heroic, you know.
Yep.
Okay, number 8, Predator, Alien. Yeah, good film though.
Good film.
I heard originally there was going to be no team; it was just Arnie going in there to fight the Predator.
Team wouldn't work as well.
And then Arnie said, "Nah, it's got to have a team."
Because you got to have people to kill off to show how cool the predator is. Like that's just standard, man.
Yeah. No, so good move by Arnie. Okay, another werewolf movie, American Werewolf in London. Apparently, it's a really good movie. Never seen it.
But it's okay. All right.
Well, it's 1981. You know. Okay, prepare to be offended. Number 6 is Jurassic Park. Are dinosaurs monsters?
No.
No.
Because monsters are fictitious. Dinosaurs existed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at this. 2 Jeff Goldblum movies in a row. The Fly.
That's a monster. Yep.
It's a monster. He turns into a fly. Number 4, we finally got to it. Godzilla.
Again, I'm offended because monsters aren't real. Godzilla is real. Just kidding.
It's Godzilla. All right. Number 3, The Thing. Never seen it, to be honest. But do you know who's in it? Do you know who was in this movie for the first, like his first ever role?
Who?
Keith David.
Keith David. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was his first ever role, and he was the monster. All right. Next 2 ones you will definitely disagree with.
All right.
Coming at number 2, Jaws.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's a big shark. It's a big
shark. That's not a monster. Oh my god.
And number 1 for the greatest monster movie of all time, which is not a monster, is Alien.
Oh, don't you dare. Oh my god.
Yeah.
These lists have oh my god.
they don't look up the definition of words.
Just sci-fi. Oh, that is just oh my god. Again, 1 Pan's Labyrinth, 2 there is so much wrong with.
Yeah. I don't know why they go 25. Why can't they go to the top 10 and then probably actually find monster movies?
Those are not okay.
Some of them, I'd say at least 50% were monster movies.
But I think you're right that it's because the lists are too big. They just run out of things, and so they just basically everything becomes a monster.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to go straight to the comment section. Okay, no, they're arguing about order, not that they're. So someone says I would put John Carpenter's The Thing at number 1 and Alien at number 2.
Aliens in a monster.
Hey, but him saying The Thing at number 1, at least it's a monster, you know?
At least it's a monster, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Someone said for once a great list at IGN.
Oh my god.
And their profile picture is the image of IGN. So insider.
Insider.
Okay. Someone said the genre seems pretty loose.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, someone said that. It's a big shark. They exist, and so I wouldn't class it as a monster. Ooh,
yes, beautiful.
Well, welcome to the comment section.
Welcome to the
comment. And they've written Arachnophobia, Lake Placid, Anaconda, Frogs, Deep Blue Sea as examples of other not really monster movies. Yeah.
Again, yeah, like that list has what?
There's contention. Jaws is a monster movie. It wrote the book on how a monster movie should be shot. Do you know, apparently, I was looking up the trivia for Jaws. Apparently, because it was a book first, right?
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg found the characters dead boring and he was rooting for the shark. That's the first thing he said. But when it was Williams did the music for it, didn't he?
John Williams, yeah.
Yeah. And he showed it to Spielberg, and Spielberg thought he was joking.
What?
Here's because it was apparently this is the first thing that John Williams ever did was Jaws.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then Steven Spielberg was like, "You're kidding, right?" For that music, and then they put it to the film and went, "No, actually, that works."
Well, yeah.
Well, you think about it. You think about it back then. I mean, how iconic is that music?
It's the most iconic music ever. Just think, if that's true, we might not have ever had John Williams.
Yes, and if we didn't have John Williams, we wouldn't have had Toto. Because the singer of Toto is son of John Williams.
Oh, really?
I bless the rains down in Africa.
That's so weird.
I know, it is. Yeah, okay, well, all these comments are saying is because most of them are just talking about The Thing, which is a monster movie. So I'm glad that they're talking about The Thing.
At least they're talking about The Thing, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, someone said, "Where is Tremors?" Just saying, Tremors was good.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah. Would that classify as monster? Giant worms.
Yes, because they don't exist.
Giant worms.
Not at that scale.
Yeah. No, that's true. Did you hear the fan theory about Tremors and Footloose are set in the same universe?
Yeah, because the dancing, because the dancing, because they dance, it wakes them up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Consider that IGN corrected.
It's ridiculous.
They make it so easy, don't they?
They do.
It's like they listen to this podcast and they're like, what can we hit them with next?
How can we annoy? Honestly, but having said that, honestly, most of those lists are probably created now to annoy people, so people talk about their dumb website because you know what, they're dying, and when IGN shuts down, I'll be the first to say, "Oh no!" Like, oh, like,
well, yeah.
If I want an honest movie review, I'll go to Jeremy Johns. If I want honest game reviews, there's a bazillion YouTubers that have that I would trust over IGN. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, so what purpose do you serve?
Yeah. Well, when IGN went downhill like 10 years, was it 10 years ago? Maybe a bit longer? When Naomi Kyle was still there?
Yeah, look, that was still, they had a lot of personalities there. They still had like lots of people that you'd want to listen to their opinions on.
Yeah.
But then they went a little weird, and then yeah.
And then just flipped, went all out crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And went well, we're all about the culture and not quality. So
yeah.
Actually, no, I can't give them a British accent. That sounds too sophisticated.
It was around the time that they tried to ban or stop Colin Moriarty doing anything because they disagree with his political opinions. It was around this era where that where the writing was on the wall for all those.
Where they weeded out all the libertarians and Republicans. And
yep.
You can't work here no more.
Pretty much. Yeah,
100%. Thanks for listening, guys. I think we'll wrap it up here.
I think we'll wrap it up there.
Subscribe, share.
Now, Jamie, before we sign off, do you have any more thoughts on that mask menace known as Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. I've finished it twice now. Man, Miles Morales' new costume is so bad.
Oh, it's the worst thing you've ever seen.
It was horrendous. Yeah, look, I said, it's fun to play. Second playthrough, I didn't touch any of Miles' side missions. I was just
so
like,
bad.
I was just like, none of that, please.
It's boring. It's not interesting.
Look, and I'll say this: his game is a good game. I'll say that his standalone game was a good game, because it was different. But this is it's just like,
again, if everyone knows you're Spider-Man, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Because part of the fun is because to everyone in the world, you seem like the flakiest motherfucker in the universe.
Yeah.
But because you're sacrificing for the greater good.
Yeah.
With great power
comes great responsibility. Yeah. Now, look, so I'm very worried about the third game.
I'm not going to play it.
I probably won't either.
I just don't try.
Now that we know that what Miles is the main Spider-Man, I probably won't play it. And even if they put Carnage in there, they're probably going to do Carnage and Goblin.
Unless they can make Miles a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
They would need to make his story interesting at all, any kind of interest.
Yeah. No, look, like I said, his game's pretty cool. Because it's the origin, and he's getting mentored by Peter, and it was a good game. But this one,
maybe there are a lot of young people who play the game who thought Miles' story was the best because they could relate to it because they're in high school as well. So look again, maybe that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Let's
see how many of those people translate to game sales of the new one. Then.
Yeah, I'm hanging out for Wolverine though. So.
Oh no! But again, I'm now more worried that they're going to fuck that up too.
No. Now the more I think about it, what we said, when we did our review on it, how the A team probably abandoned Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
Once they'd finished the story, and they're focusing on that. So I'm not so worried.
Let us have hope. Again, but the Wolverine game only works if they allow it to be as violent as necessary.
Oh yeah. you can't unless everyone is a robot and that's all he fights. But no.
Got to be
it's
claws in face,
claws in face,
kind of game.
Blood splattering everywhere,
and also like because of the healing factor, I want to see when he gets like shot to pieces. I want to see like
blood splatter and
the like his skeleton almost, and then have it regenerate back.
You want it to be like that classic Punisher game that came. Remember the Punisher game that came out?
Yeah.
It was just like all out crazy. Yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Like, subscribe, share. Remember to check out our sponsor, Rebecca Cassells of the Rising Dawn series, available on Amazon. Got a few interviews coming up. Check them out. We had a wonderful interview with Matthew Holmes last Saturday, I believe. So check that out. That's up there. It went for an hour and 40. So that was a good, long, in-depth discussion about his last movie, The Cost. Check it out. Fantastic film. And for my final thought, Chris, maybe you've noticed this. I've definitely noticed this, but I correct autocorrect more than autocorrect corrects me. True story.
I'm going to go to an existential crisis now on that.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time. In 1932, the Australian Army declared war on 20,000 emus and lost. It's a part of Australian history that not many know about. Maybe that's because history is written by those who win. So if you want to hear the full story of the Great Emu War of 1932, then check out my book, Letters from the Emu War. Read letters, newspaper articles, and journal entries. With every turn of the page, you will gain a deeper understanding of the life and times of emus at war. So head on over to jabryden.com and grab a signed copy today.